We've been pressing this card for the past couple of days now. I was hoping there is a bit on the back I'm going to show you in a minute. I was kind of hoping it would allow me to get it out a little bit, so we'll have a look, but it's not really done what I wanted it to do. The front's still looking a bit grimy, so we're going to give that a good clean up. But overall, I mean, the centering on this card's pretty good. A little bit of hollow bleed around the edges, but it's doing its job. This is the area that I'm a bit about. It looks like it's lifted, but when you look at the card like that, it's not. It's the blue. And what I'm mindful of, if I work it too much, it's going to make that white a lot more prominent. So I don't really want to do that. But I am going to get a tool, and we are going to run over it very, very gently. So we're just going to see. I want something hard underneath this. So let's get this. This under here just to raise this up a bit. We're going to get a sleeve to protect it, and we're just gonna, I'm not going to rub, because again I don't really want to do that. But I mean, if flattening isn't getting this out, then you're not really going to do anything about the blue. If I'm on it, it's not doing what I wanted it to do, which is a pain. It's taken that raised surface out a little bit, but it's not brilliant, which is annoying, but it is, unfortunately, what we're with. I may look at potentially giving that another press at some point, but what I'm going to do, I just want to see if I can get this front cleaned up a bit. So, nice card again. We're going to give the front a little bit of a wipe. Now, I want to show the difference, because again, it looks like I'm just wiping the front, but it does make a difference. So that is now. And again, it's got a bit of a shine. I've got a light above me now, so it should help. But you'll see the difference this stuff makes. It really does get into the card, which is good. And we are just going to give that a wipe just to get any surface grime. Sometimes it's really evident when you wipe it with these. You take this off and this pad looks dirty, but I mean, that ain't too bad, to be fair. Then again, with this, we're going to use a 626, so don't go mad with it. I always think 3 or 4 dobs normally does the job. We're going to get into that surface, give it a good clean. This is a beautiful card. You don't see many of them, actually. It's quite a rare card as well, which is annoying, because I wanted to get that back bit out. But let's make this front shine. Take the grader's attention away from what's going on the bottom. Right. Let's give that a good clean. Then we're going to take the microfiber cloth and just get rid of the excess. Again, one thing I like doing is after that, I take this and it just takes, if there's any residue, just make sure it's gone. I mean, I use a clean bit of microfiber cloth every time, but now you should see now the difference that makes in that card. I mean, look, you can see all the sparkles in the hollow. No swirls on this, but it's a beautiful card. Really does it justice. I am just going to give the back just a little wipe. Again, I'm mindful I don't want to go near that top too much. It's going to... Yeah, look, you can see, if you look on the edges there, it's what they call hollow bleed. So it's, I don't know if I can get it on camera, but there's like a shine goes on the edge, and it's where this is extended past the border, but it doesn't matter. It's a nice card. And that is Mewtwo done. We're going to sleeve this bad boy now. Get a nice clean one for this. Where's it gone? There. Nice clean sleeve. Get in there. And a new top loader. Now, all we have got left to do is, do you know what? These 4X top loaders at the moment are very tight. We are going to Charizard, and well, 2 Charizards actually, and 1 other, and the Venusaur Mega to do. But that is Armored Mewtwo done. Now this is another one of Opulence's cards. So again, looks really good to be fair. I've had it under the camera already. Back is a little bit beaten, I'm not going to lie. A little bit, I don't know if you can see it there. There's a big dink in it there. A lot of whitening around the edges. It looks really battered on there, to be honest. But we're going to give this a press. Might chuck it in the humidor as well so I can get some moisture into it. Main area of concern that I noted when I was scanning over it is this area here. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it's, I mean, it's peeling back. So we are going to see if we can manipulate that card to go back, because it's some's gone, some's lifted, but I think if I can get into it, I can force that card to go where I want it to. I am gonna try something. Dan will love me saying that because I'm experimenting on his card, but we are gonna get my friend the heat pen, and we're just going to see if we can get that to stay down where we want it to. This doesn't always work, but I have seen a lot of people using this method and it's been relatively successful with them. So to be fair, not done a bad job on that. I've still got a little bit, I'll work on that a little bit more, but again, it'll just get that corner. You'll notice what I'm doing when I'm pushing this on. I'm just using the plastic to make sure that when I get that over, it's where I want it and I'm not pushing down on it. We are going to press this card again. I think once that's had a press, that will do what I want it to do. It's an improvement, let's say that. But yeah, overall the card's not too bad. It's actually, it's one of the textures cards again, so it's a little bit harder to get the imperfections out, but we'll work on that. I'll get some moisture on that. We'll focus on this area here. Where's my, we're just gonna get some moisture on that area there. Moisture on that area there. Target the areas that you want to work on when you're flattening, and then we're gonna press it. I'm not gonna leave that soaking wet, don't panic. I am gonna take off the excess. I just want to get some moisture on the card. Is there anywhere else before we get committed for this? Yeah, there's a dink right there. Right, I don't know if you can see that on camera. The pinprick right there. I mean, there's grime on the back of this card, but we are going to give it a clean, so I'm not overly fussed by that. Just trying to get the moisture where I need it. So when I put this in the it will flatten, but I'm just gonna give that a wipe, and then what we're gonna do, we are gonna get that in a sleeve. Just gotta be careful when I put it in, it doesn't fold that edge back, so I mean that's not gonna go any further over than it has. There's nothing left on the end of that, so it's pushed it back, which is exactly what I needed it to do. Now, if you ever are doing this, do not put cards and clamp them without them being in a sleeve. You will damage them. Fact. We're going to stick that in there. We're going to stick that in there. Get that nice and flat. Got my clamps over here. again, we're just going to clamp very close, so you're not going to see a lot of this. Just going to clamp in the corners. Don't need a massive amount of pressure, but it differs. So I do like putting a lot of pressure on some, and I don't on others. These are textured cards, so you've got to be a little bit careful. If you put too much pressure on them, you don't damage it. And one more in the other corner, and we will leave that probably for the night. Look at that again tomorrow. Trying to show you this and you can't see it because I'm now restricted by that, but we will look at this tomorrow, see how the clamps do. Charizard EX. Now again, this is more of a clean. Has got some pinpricks on here which have taken the actual colour of the card away. There is a tiny little crease down there we're going to have a go on in a second. I have been flattening this card for the past couple of days. It had a big crease in it which we've reduced. I wouldn't say we got rid of, we've definitely reduced it, and it is better. But now I've got a bit of moisture in the card, I can start to work on this crease. It's reduced it massively. It was quite a big crease before, but it's definitely taken the lump out of it, let's say. I'm going to leave that there, I think. That just needs a good clean now. The back is, well, the back is the back. It's shot. There's not a lot I can do about that, again, but it is what it is. We'll give the card a wipe. There is some grime and dirt on there. I'll probably run over this in a minute with a, in fact, let's do it now. I've already done a camera on these, so I don't need to run over it again, but see, they never look dirty, but again, when you, I don't know if you can see that, it's got like a brown gunk on it. It's, I mean, it's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but give that a wipe. Turn this over. Do the same on the other side. We're not going to give this a clean because I want to leave this card. It's going to sound silly, but I want to leave it in the air for a little bit so I can just see. It's been clamped for such a long time. I like to just let the card have a chill. But yeah, Charizard EX, we'll give it another clean, but I'm going to let that have a rest for a minute and then we'll work on it again. Now I did this in my first video. We've been flattening it for a while because there were some rage edges and some bits on it here. We've kind of flattened it out a little bit down here. It's not great if I'm honest, but we're going to give it a wipe over. Whitening's horrific on this card, I'm not going to lie. Not necessarily a grader, but it's actually quite an expensive card, even in low grade, so again, potentially it's worth it. So we're just going to give this surface a clean, stay away from the edges. You don't want to ping the whitening and then make matters worse. I think you just keep it nice and clean. This card is a beautiful card. It's got such good artwork on it. One of the few that's got other Pokemon in it as well. You have a look in a second. Once I've given it a wipe, you'll see Eevee in there, or Flareon, sorry, not Eevee. But yeah, what a lovely card. Look at that. Look how that shines now. That's perfect. Right, we are going to get it in a sleeve. And get that in a nice, fresh top loader. Beautiful. Now, we've been flattening this card for a couple of days now. I've left it in over the weekend. There was some raised areas on it that are now, I'm pleased to say, completely gone. There's a bit down the side here. It's definitely flattened it out, which is good. Gone on that side. The whitening, there's a tiny bit down the edge. I can't do nothing about that, but it's definitely an improvement on this card. So we are now going to give this a bit of a clean. Give the back a wipe. Again, the corners look a bit like they've seen better days. But it's a nice card. It's one of them, like if you're collecting megas and you want to get stuff graded, this is probably one of those cards that's just nice to have in a slab, to be honest. It's a good looking card anyway. Then we are going to drop a few of these. This one didn't come out as good as I'd hoped, but that whitening is, I mean, the lifting came out, that's the main thing. That was the aim of the exercise, which is good. Again, this is one of those textured cards, so anything like that on the card is hard to achieve, but look at this now. Shining that card is unreal. We're going to give it a little go with this. Not everyone does this, I know, appreciate that. Get this straight in a sleeve and in a top loader. That is another one of Dan's ready to go. But yeah, lovely card.